Hello, and welcome to another episode of This Black T-Shirt. For those of you that are wondering, because I did receive a message about this, I have multiple versions of this T-shirt because, for reasons you'll see later in this video, I really enjoy Costco, and these bench shirts were like a really good price at Costco, so I have like 6 of them. So I'm not just wearing the same shirt. Like, this is not my Wednesday shirt, all right? This is just my Monday through Sunday shirt. But anyways, welcome back to today's stream episode. Yeah, there's gonna be a special announcement in the video or the stream today, and I am gonna be cooking yakisoba chicken yaki udon, not yakisoba. That yakisoba is about soba noodles. Chicken yaki udon using some Costco chicken, because your boy is really tired because he's been working a lot, doing a lot of that kind of stuff, and has been I'm hungry right now, so I don't have that much food in my fridge that I could put together for something fancy, and I have something scheduled later tonight, so gotta make some decisions. Today is more about the announcement more than anything else, so let's just get right into that, because of course I don't want to be too clickbaity, although, like, let's be honest here, that's what the internet actually is. It's all clickbait. So, like, why are you hating on people trying to make a living and junk like that? I'm coming out of retirement. Yeah. So, for those of you that don't know, I, during COVID, retired from running and doing races and all that kind of stuff, because I unfortunately got hit with the first wave of COVID, and that literally took away my lungs. Like, I couldn't even explain to you how bad that experience was, and it forced me into an early retirement for running and triathlons and all that kind of stuff. And the reason why that was because I couldn't even do like 2 kilometers without dying on the side of the road or anything like that. Because I had, unfortunately, long COVID, and it still affects me to this day. In fact, I do believe there's some permanent lung damage because, I've been training a little bit, and it's just not the same. It's just not the same ever since COVID hit me in 2020. So, I'm coming out of retirement. I have already signed up for the Toronto TCS Waterfront Marathon, or actually half, not full, not crazy, not yet. Anyways, I will be going back to the marathon world at some point. The life goal is still to get all 6 of the world majors done. For those of you that don't know, the world majors are 6 races around the world, 6 marathons around the world that are hosted by Abbott. That includes New York, Chicago, London, Berlin, Tokyo, and what's the other one? I always forget the 6th. But anyways, so there's 6, and me and my running friends and I, we have been always like, very pro trying to get these 6, and the first one that gets a beer. I mean, that's runners. We're kind of crazy and we're kind of dumb, but that's what we're aiming for right now. My friend Tim, shout outs to Tim. He recently got into the Chicago Marathon, which we actually had the pleasure of. Me, Shiraz, Becca, and Tim actually got the opportunity to run the Chicago Marathon pre-pandemic all together at the same time. That was such a cool experience to be in Chicago with them. But he got in this year with, I think, a teacher's raffle or something like that, because he's a school teacher and he's awesome at it. So he's running the Chicago Marathon this year again. But, that's... Oh, Boston. Boston is the 6th one. I forgot about that. So it's New York, Chicago, Boston, Tokyo, London, Berlin. Those are the 6 majors. So I want to get all 6, because at this point in my life, I'm full on leaning into the villain era and those are my Infinity Stones. I will be Thanos because it's crazy. The medals that you get from each one, they give you a giant medal with all 6 mini medals at the end of it, and you get to wear it, and it looks ridiculous. It's the size of like a Flava Flav clock, so to speak. So I want to be chasing those down again. I want to start chasing them down, and it's going to be a hard journey. It's going to be really, really hard because like I said, I think I have permanent lung damage from COVID, and need to make sure that I'm training properly. So your boy is actually locked in right now. I'm doing everything I need to take training as seriously as possible. And the great thing is I'm going to document basically the entire training journey on YouTube, with I guess like weekly episodes on how I'm training, all that kind of stuff, and posting more YouTube content, right? Because the good thing about the live streams is I get to kind of come here and do whatever I want and just cook and be myself, without editing. But lately, if you've checked out my Instagram, the Evolve Sport and Nutrition Instagram, I have recently gotten a lot better at editing and uploading and doing all that kind of stuff. Posted a really, really cool video that I'm very proud of. I wish it got more likes. So if anyone's like, watching and all that kind of stuff, which we do have a couple of viewers right now, which is great. Go check out the go check out the Instagram reel that I posted on how I made lobster pasta. Very proud of that reel. We'll be posting more of that kind of stuff. We'll be posting more content very, very soon. But the first YouTube video is going to be posted up this Sunday. And yeah, I can't tell you what that's about yet, but it should be posted, I think, this Sunday. But either way, that's the announcement. I'm coming out of retirement. I am test the waters this year with doing a full send half marathon run for the Toronto Waterfront Marathon in October. So hopefully some people watching will be seeing that, inspired to run together with me so that I don't feel like an idiot alone. But yeah, I'm going to do the half only because shortly after the half is done, I'm going to be going to travel for an extended period of time and trying as hard as I can to do stuff. I'm going to keep that close to the chest for now, because I haven't pulled the trigger on the tickets yet, but I will be traveling and taking a vacation, which is, really, really cool for me. But either way, that'll happen later this year. But right now we got to get to dinner. We got to cook. We got to talk about all this kind of stuff. And if you're curious, by the way, at the bottom here, it says, by the way, you like my nails? I got bored and I did my nails. At the bottom there, yeah, hybrid athlete. So that's a new kind of thing because what I did from February till up until like a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, I've been just doing bodybuilding. And the physique's not that impressive right now. And that's okay. That's not the point of the bodybuilding. The point of the bodybuilding was to feel like I had my own body back again. Because the unfortunate thing with COVID and everything that happened, both psychologically to me during COVID, as well as from a physical health standpoint, wasn't able to exercise as much as I usually did. A lot of that was because I had a lot of boo-hoo, whiny, self-loathing kind of behaviors going on with, I can't run the same way anymore, blah. A lot of that was also psychological abuse from a narcissistic, abusive relationship. And but either way, I needed time to get my crap together and get in the mental state, because the challenge is, yes, I have run a few half marathons since I kind of retired. Never fully trained properly for it, and like at my age right now, 38, I kind of need to be able to train properly for it because I need to take it seriously. Because I'm definitely not happy with the way things are with my body right now, and I think that's the case for a lot of different people for a lot of different things. But for me, it's athletic performance as well as like body fat content, all that kind of stuff. Because I took the bulk of the bodybuilding a little bit too far. I bulked up a little bit too much. I hit like 172 in terms of the weight, all that kind of stuff during the bulking phase, and I haven't ever broken 170 before in my life, and now when I'm running, I definitely feel it. So I gotta bring that body fat percentage back down in order to get faster and all that kind of stuff. But it is a full send situation. I'm training properly this time. I will be sharing my training plan. I will be updating Instagram quite a bit. So please please follow, do all that kind of stuff below. But that's what the announcement is. Your boy's coming out of retirement, and he's chasing down the Infinity Stones, the World 6 Majors. So that's exciting for me only, really. Let's be honest. But that was the announcement. And like I said earlier, was it clickbaity? Yes, absolutely. That is just the way the internet works. So, without further ado, I will be cooking dinner right now and talking about the training and down here in particular, the term hybrid athlete. I want to talk a little bit more about what that means, what the whole idea is, what the intention is behind that, and try to do my thing. So, that being said, for the udon noodles, I have some mushrooms, some king oysters, and I have my carrots, and we're just going to start prepping stuff up and doing a really quick cook because, I got some stuff going on later tonight and all that. So, it is weird to me cooking with nail polish on because, professionally in the kitchen when I was training as a wee little chef apprentice, pastry chef apprentice. The rule was you could never have nail polish on in the professional kitchen because it might flake off. But for me, I'm just cooking for myself, and I can do what I want. So that's what's happening. But we're gonna do this right now. Cut the things up. But I'm excited to be returning to the world of sport, physical activity. The Olympics has me a lot, very, very excited. Gonna have to create content about the Olympics sometime soon, but that's really exciting stuff. So, that being said, let's talk about the term hybrid athlete. Now, one of the things that people may or may not know is I really like weightlifting. Like, I love weightlifting. However, I do not have the physique or the ability to push into a professional bodybuilding competition, nor do I want to, because I think it's professional bodybuilding competitions, I'm just obviously not there and all that kind of stuff. I think it'd be cool to have that experience one day, but not to actually take it competitively, but just to see what that might look like, and that might be some good content at some point. But I love working out, I love resistance training, I love bodybuilding, all that kind of stuff. So I figured I might try to be a hybrid athlete. Now, what is a hybrid athlete? It's basically, I'm not sure if you can hear too well. A hybrid athlete is an athlete that does cardio as well as weightlifting and all that kind of stuff, right? I mean, it's very, very loosely defined, but what it means to me is like that hopefully I continue my bodybuilding during the race season and all that kind of stuff, and I'll share how I balance that out. And I do marathon races as well as triathlons, hopefully sometime in the very, very near future. So that's what a hybrid athlete is. It's very loosely defined, and it's just someone that does a lot of physical activity in both those realms of like weightlifting and in cardio, because usually it's one or the other for people. Like, you see bodybuilders never really doing cardio unless it's during a cut phase, when they're trying to lean out and all that kind of stuff, and then the cardio ends up being stair machine over and over and over again. a little boring to me, to be perfectly honest. Not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying personally for me, not my jam, not my cup of tea. So, you know, that's why I'm kind of doing the hybrid athlete thing, because I think it gives me a good opportunity to switch up what my interests are and what I'm doing and all that kind of stuff, and keep everything interesting for the year. So, hybrid athlete. We're using shallots because I have shallots. And so yeah, I'm gonna be doing hybrid athlete things, different phases of the year, keeping my interest in different sports, all that kind of stuff. I will be returning to the gym, like temporarily. I have quit my gym membership. And the reason why is because I'm going to be spending a lot more time doing marathon training, or half marathon training, I should say, rather than lifting weights at the gym. In terms of my physique, in terms of my body building kind of stuff, I have some gymnastics rings installed in a second bedroom of mine, so I'm going to be using that much more. So maybe I'm going to create some content around that, because I think gymnastics rings are super cool. But the idea of using calisthenics to kind of continue my training, my physique, all that kind of stuff, is the ultimate goal during this whole training process, because I think it's super cool, and calisthenics I think is one of the coolest things in the world. There's a couple things I want to do, like learn how to do like the iron cross. You know, that's going to be really hard, but I want to learn how to do that. And then of course work on more pull-up techniques and muscle ups and all that kind of stuff. I think that's really cool. And I probably will make videos on Instagram, like short reels and stuff like that, to not gonna lie, show off at some point, that I can do those kind of things, or what the progression looks like. But either way, we'll see, right? The biggest thing is, like, I've been watching a lot of videos recently on like what social media is and how to use social media for your business and all that kind of stuff, and how you have to like really think about it differently. And so I've taken a lot of those kind of things to heart, and we'll be making a lot more content a lot more seriously, because the first half of this year I was like, all right, let's get back into content creation, let's get back into the social medias and all that kind of stuff, and let's create some good content out there. And you know, the streaming is a part of that. I think it's really fun, but I need to make some stuff with a little bit more plan involved and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, hopefully I start doing some collabs sometime soon, and some more cooking videos on Instagram, so that I can share what my post-workout meals are, and of course flex a little bit of my culinary techniques and all that kind of stuff. So, oh my god, these shallots are strong. I haven't been crying with onions, but like shallots to me for some reason make me cry so much more than onions. So I'm definitely having some tears right now, but it's okay. It's gonna be a tasty dish. And I'm also cheating. I'm not like really cooking chicken, because it's already cooked already. It's the Costco chicken that I'm using. And of course, like, this stream is about like how to save time, how to cook foods that are affordable, and make sure we can do stuff like that, right? So today, yakisoba, or sorry, not just yaki udon with chicken is really what the goal is. And yeah, that's what I'm doing today. All right. But how's everyone doing? I think it's an exciting summer so far. It hasn't been as hot as I thought it would be, which is really nice, because I hate the heat. And I've been kind of stupid too with the heat, because I've been, for some reason, training in the middle of the day. Don't know why I made those decisions, but I think it's just one of those things where I'm like, oh, it's lunchtime. I have a little bit of a break between clients. I'm gonna go out and do a 5K or something like that, right? But either way, I gotta find a way to make this more sustainable. Because yesterday I did a 5K run, and man, it was so hot. It was so humid. It was brutal. I hated the whole experience. It was not fun. No bueno. No bueno. So, it is what it is. So, that being said, I am using this Costco chicken because I think it's the best deal for chicken ever out there. And of course, I'm going to use the white meat, the chicken breast, because if you've seen me enough, you would know that I hate white meat. So, got to find a way to make it a little bit more interesting, and that's what we're doing today with the chicken udon, right? We're putting the white meat in the udon, and we're making sure it gets done. Utilize no food waste. Can't be throwing away money like that nowadays. Finances are rough out there. So finding a way to use what I think is the best deal in the world right now that I have access to for chicken, because I got to be honest, you can't beat the price that Costco puts out there for a rotisserie chicken. You can't beat it, because like even a fresh chicken alone, you save time, you save money, it's delicious, it's all that kind of stuff. So I love this thing, so that's why we're using it today. We are going to fry up the chicken, make sure it can get a little bit crispy, take away all that kind of stuff. And then we've got everything preheating in the background to kind of heat up the udon noodles at some point and put those on chill. But yeah, right now, that'll be good. Both chicken breasts. We're just going to quickly shred this up a little bit. Take the bones out. All that kind of stuff. 5 viewers. How's everyone doing today? Okay. You know what? I don't. I gotta laugh at Drake for a little bit. He's just taking L after L after L, and it's just like embarrassing at this point in time. Like, bro, Drake, why? Okay, aside from you obviously losing to Kendrick, with your rap battles and that feud and all that kind of stuff, which I think is hilarious and awesome. Why are you posting your bets? You have lost so much money on bets. And why did you bet that much money on Canada versus Argentina? Like, are you dumb? Did you not know that Messi was on the Argentinian team? Like, are you dumb? What are you doing, man? You're just throwing away money at this point. I don't know if like you've got a tax thing going on where you're like, oh yeah, if I lose money, then I can write it off as a tax expense or whatever. I'm like, no, you're not. You're just dumb. You're just dumb. I know you're like a multimillionaire and all this kind of stuff, but you gotta get a W soon, man. It's embarrassing because, yeah, I gotta be honest with you, for Kendrick to make New Ho King popular is awesome. I love Kendrick for that. You're taking L's. It's not cool. So like, why would you bet on that? Not good. Not good, Drake. Get your crap together. I think that's enough carrot. Yeah, that's probably enough carrot. Put this stuff back in the fridge. So what we're going to do is I'm going to bring you over there in a little bit because I'm going to spend a lot of time cooking. Like, it's easy prep work. That's why I love Yaki Udon noodles. It's really, really easy prep work. We're just stir frying stuff up, cooking some noodles, and then that's it. That's it. It's a delicious, amazing meal. I love it. And we're going to start training soon. So I'm gonna bring you over there, and yeah, like everything's preheated right now, or like the noodles are getting heated up. The pan's getting heated up for everything else. So we're just gonna make sure that we can bring everything over there. So come over here. And then I'm gonna bring the microphone as well. All right. So everything's over here. Great. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can see what's going on over here. I gotta. Drake is running a charity. Oh my god, I wish he was. Because at least it would justify a lot of the money that he's losing. Like, donate to something good. He's just donating to Vegas. That's not good. Drake is just... Oh my god. I will say... And this is not my bit. But I will say, one time I saw a comedian, and I wish I could tag him in this, but Drake is the most confident loser of all time. Like, when you take a look at his lyrics, you're like, wait, what? I can't remember which song he says, like, hey, I'm going to take half a Xanny and pass out on this flight and be... half a Xanax? Half a Xanax to pass out? L. Dude, like, why are you flexing on half a Xanax? God damn. He's just like the most confident loser of all time. I don't get it. I don't get why he's popular. Okay, I will say there's a few songs that I recently have like, oh yeah, Drake's, this is great. But like, no. Compared to Kendrick, there's no way. I can't believe, honestly, that there's people out there that think Drake is the best rapper of all time. Like, what are we doing here? Like, better than Jay? Better than Jay-Z? Better than Dre? Better than Busta? No. Drake ain't that good. Alright? He's popular. That don't make him good. Like, it's sad, man. Drake is just taking L's out here. And people still be thinking, oh yeah, he's winning. He won against Kendrick. I'm like, no, he's not winning. He's lost. He's lost everything. He loses as much as he bets. Like, if I was into gambling, I would just immediately, every time Drake puts a bet down, I would bet against Drake. Like, no matter what. I was legit thinking that, too, for Canada versus Argentina in terms of, like, songs. Like, he put down, I think it was something ridiculous, like $30,000 or something like that. Like, pocket change to Drake, right? But still, I'm like, bro, why are you throwing around money here? Making stupid bets. Like, that's the challenge. I'm like, why is it stupid bets that you're making? I don't get it. Oh, God. Most confident loser of all time, that Drake. Most confident loser of all time. So this is going up. Okay. Chicken going in. Now that chicken's already cooked, so the whole goal of this is to crisp it up a little bit. Because I want a little bit of texture, I want a little bit of contrast to the noodles and all that, because the noodles are going to be soft. So I want this to be a little crispy. I want this to be like, you know, flavorful, right? We're going to pull that out. After it's done crisping up, we're going to cook up the vegetables after the noodles have loosened up. So that's the goal with this chicken udon. Yeah. It's going to be a good time. Alright. So yeah, your boy's going to be a hybrid athlete. He's going to do like a lot of lifting as well as running and all that kind of stuff. Now, let's talk about why that is. Now, one of the biggest reasons, aside from wanting my physique to be good, because I'm not going to lie to you, I do. I want my physique to be, like, you know, good and all that kind of crap. I think hybrid athletes are probably, like, to me, a lot healthier than if I was to just do marathon running or just do triathlons and all that kind of stuff. And aside from the fact that I love weightlifting way too much, I just don't want to deal with a situation where I'm losing lean muscle mass, especially the older I get, right? From running, because it just, like, when you run long distances, inevitably you will lose a little bit of lean muscle mass. In the videos that I'm going to be making for YouTube and all that kind of stuff, I'm going to explain that a little bit, how I'm going to use my sports nutrition voodoo to kind of work against what the body is going to do, and how I'm going to do it and all that kind of stuff. So please like, please subscribe to those videos. I will be putting those out, and the better I get with my editing, the better it's going to be. So yeah, please like and subscribe, do all that kind of stuff. Okay, so the udon noodles are loosened up. They don't need to really form a boil or anything like that. They're pretty good already, so I'm just going to strain this out. And then put cold water on it so it stops cooking. Okay, so the chicken's crisping up really nice. It's getting a little bit of some color to it and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to leave it in there a little bit longer, and then before we throw in the vegetables, throw in the sauce, throw in all that kind of stuff. So let's do the sauce real quick. Where's my yakisoba stuff? Oh, there it is. So here's my teriyaki sauce. I'm going to use that. I'm going to use a dark soy sauce as well. Where's my dark soy sauce? Oh, here's the dark soy sauce. And then I'm going to use cooking sake. That's what I'm going to do. Deglaze the pan after all this flavor, get all that kind of stuff off, start cooking the vegetables in it. Yeah. Nice, easy cook today. Nothing big, nothing fancy, just fast, easy, and all that kind of stuff. I've got a couple of, by the way, YouTube videos that I have planned for the varsity students and athletes and all that kind of stuff coming out in August, so look forward to that. But for now, I'm just doing my own thing, getting ready to take things seriously again, in terms of social media, in terms of training, in terms of everything, right? And we're going to make a lot of variety content around that on the YouTube channel. So that's going to be fun. I'm very excited for that. Good enough. I'm going to put this here. Alright. That's going on. Need a little bit more oil. Then we're going to throw the vegetables in here. Now, is this a traditional Yaki Udon? No. Did you come here expecting a traditional Yaki Udon? Maybe. You shouldn't have, but maybe. I'm just telling you right now, it's not what you think it is. It's what it's gonna be. So we're gonna take these vegetables, because they largely cook roughly around the same time. We're just gonna let that pan heat back up a little bit, and then we're gonna throw everything in. So you saw me chop up. What we have is the carrots, the oyster mushrooms, as well as the shallots. So we're gonna put the we're gonna put everything in basically at the exact same time. It's gonna be nice and easy. Full send it. Now the goal now is to let that brown up a little bit, and then we're gonna deglaze the pan with the cooking sake, and then we're gonna throw in the sauces, the teriyaki and the dark soy sauce, and we're gonna just stir fry it up, do a lot of that kind of stuff, and then throw the chicken back in. And then we're gonna plate up. And then I gotta do my thing, get off stream, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I will say, I'm really enjoying the streaming process. I was like, you know, over the last few sessions, a little bummed out. But, you know, I realized, hey, it's the summer. Not a lot of people are gonna watch. I'm hoping numbers get a little bit higher in like September or whatever. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm just enjoying this whole process. Yes! Great point, Rose. Yeah. I did watch Physical 100. I legit think that's such a cool show. I love it for multiple different reasons. And yeah, the winners are usually CrossFit athletes. And I think, like, I don't particularly love CrossFit because I think it's too hardcore for what I'm trying to do. Because I want, like, something to be chill and for everything to be balanced out. But yeah, Physical 100, oh, great show. Great, great, great show. Love that. Alright, that's good. So now cooking sake. Cooked udon noodles in. And now teriyaki. No measuring because ain't nobody got time for that. More teriyaki. A little bit more of the dark soy sauce. So yeah, I'm excited to take sports and physical activity seriously again. It's going to be cool to have something to chase down in life and all that. I was thinking for a while when I retired, I obviously it didn't sit well. I was forced into retirement because of COVID. You know, all that kind of stuff. But now, being where I'm at, I really want to focus on getting my athleticism back up. Focus on getting my body to function the way I like it to. You know, all that kind of stuff. And then also seeing, like, what age is doing to my body. Like, legit. Because, honestly, like, aging is hard. You know, it's knowing you're not young anymore. It's not an easy thing to deal with. Because, you know, at some point, you're like, oh, crap, I'm definitely not young. But you still feel young in certain ways. But then there's other ways where I'm like, oh, I'm definitely not young anymore. I'm definitely too old for this crap. You know, so I'm excited for that. I'm excited to take something seriously, have something to focus on aside from video games. in my life and just kind of really get my passion back for the world of sport. In me doing it. Obviously, I've always had a passion for sport. I've always had a passion for competition, which is why I work with athletes and a lot of people looking to just better themselves. But, you know, in these kind of situations, I'm always like, all right, what are we doing with my life? What am I looking to try to do and all that kind of stuff? So, you know, I'm very, very excited about that. Now, we have the yakisoba already done up. Take a quick taste test. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Yakisoba done. So, do is going to go back to the other side. I'm going to plate up. Then we're going to end the stream. It is a shorter stream tonight because, like I said, I'm really hungry. And, you know, I'm not really talking about a topic today. I'm just, like, announcing my retirement. I'm like, hey, like, coming out of retirement kind of thing, right? Not a long topic. But, you know, I'm just glad that I got everyone here watching me do this. I think it's going to be great. Thank you all very, very much for coming to this stream and all that kind of stuff. Very, very happy, very, very grateful for you all here. So, I'm going to bring you over to the other side. Back over here. We're going to plate up and serve, and then just basically, you know my thing, have a few awkward bites in front of you. Make sure it tastes good. Sure. Do everything appropriately. Okay. By the way, did you all see that Kawhi Leonard withdrew from the Olympics? That guy made, I swear to God, for a superstar, he's made some of the worst decisions ever for his career. Like, I'm sorry, but I am 100% biased in this situation, but he should have stayed in Toronto, right? We would have won back-to-back chips and all that kind of stuff. We would have. If Kawhi had stayed in Toronto, his career would have been in a much better position. But no, he wanted to go home. He wanted to go to the Clippers. He wanted to do that thing. I can't blame him for wanting to go to the Clippers, but that guy, I'm just saying, like, Toronto is known for some of the best player development, some of the best medical management, all that kind of crap. Year after year, he gets injured. He just keeps getting injured, and he can't stay healthy. It's such a shame because he's a good athlete. It's just, guy can't seem to take care of himself. But yeah, boom, ta-da. We're done. We're done. Done and dusted. This is the yakisoba. I'm going to obviously put that away at some point. Get that off the thing so it doesn't cook. All right. So let's have a bite. Let's talk about the hybrid athlete stuff again and what my intentions are with the training. So with the marathon training, or half marathon. I hate when people are like, oh, I ran a 10K marathon. I'm like, no, you can only, marathons are 42.2K. All right. Don't call anything other than a full marathon a marathon except for a half marathon. So I'm sorry. That's my thing. That I screwed up and, called it a marathon by accident, but half marathon training. So it's a half marathon, 21.1 kilometers, and it's going to be done around middle of October, which means I needed to start, if I'm doing serious training, like around now, which makes sense. And what I'm planning to do for it is 3 runs per week. Okay, let's backtrack a little bit. And this will be on the video, how I plan to do the training and all that kind of stuff. So What I plan to do is 3 days of running per week, 3 days of resistance training per week for the first third of the training. Remember, like in a previous stream back, I had said that usually I take a look into training plans and divide them into 3 separate categories. Phase 1, Phase 2, Phase 3. Phase 1 is base training, making sure everything's good, building up the base kilometers, all that kind of stuff, and doing that kind of thing. Phase 2 is specialty training, where you're really starting to focus on your performance. That would, for example, include tempo runs. It'll include hill runs. It'll include track workouts. It'll include intervals and sprints and all that kind of stuff. Stuff that really, really gets you fast again, and all that. That's phase 2. And phase 3 is going to be just pre-race prep, which is a very, very short phase. It's like basically the week or the 2 weeks beforehand. It's what involves taper and all that kind of stuff. So we'll talk about that. I'll make videos about that when the time comes. But for now, I'm in phase 1 of the training. And the phase 1 of the training is building up base. So right now I'm doing, in the first third at least, I plan to do 3 runs per week. For the phase 2, I plan to do 4 runs per week with only 2 resistance training. And then marathon prep and all that kind of stuff. Phase 3 for the pre-race kind of stuff, we will get back to a more 3-and-3 kind of situation. But phase 3 is only like 1 or 2 weeks long, so not that big a deal. That's what I plan to do, and I like that structure, right? 6 days per week of physical activity, 1 full rest day. I think that's what's very, very appropriate right now. In the past, when I was doing triathlons, of course, it was like 7 days per week. That was unreasonable. Didn't like that at all. So I'm hopefully able to find a different way to do it. If I get back into the triathlon world, right now, that's not my full intention. I just want to focus on one race. Like I said, mentally just fully commit to one thing and just do that. So that's what my goal is, and I'm going to talk more about that video coming out, I believe, Sunday. Don't hold me to that. I'm planning Sunday for video releases at the minimum, 1 per week, until the race day and all that kind of stuff, and until I go away for vacation. And then hopefully for vacation, I would have some forward planning to have the Sunday cadence continued, and all that kind of stuff. And it should be fun, but we'll see. Right now, I'm gonna do the thing where I take a picture and then post it to the Instagrams, and just basically eat it and then go off stream. So, yeah, thank you all for joining in today, watching me cook, and watching this announcement. I'm glad I could make it a little bit more condensed. And as the training goes and all that kind of stuff, I've got more planned for the rest of July, August, all that kind of stuff, in order to make sure everything's good. Chicken's much better. I hate white meat. Can't stress that enough. This is the only way I will willingly eat white meat, because white meat's just not interesting to me. It's not. Sorry. I'm a dark meat kind of guy. So, all right, let's do the noodles. Udon. One of these days I'm gonna make fresh udon. Probably make a video out of that. But for now, the biggest thing is deglazing the pan. Like the cooking sake, big difference. Big difference. I know you cook off all the alcohol and all that. It's not about having the flavor of alcohol in your food. It's about how the alcohol takes all the bits and pieces off the pan and kind of molds it into a different flavor. Like, one of the biggest things is, like, whenever you cook and you know those, like, brown spots that are on your pan, that's flavor. That's what we call the Maillard browning effect. And that's a lot of flavor. That's a lot of what you want in your cooking, right? So a lot of people, and it frustrates me to see this, a lot of home chefs, they just will leave that on the pan and like, what? Like, it's flavor that you're developing there. It's flavor. So use that. use that flavor to your advantage. And the way you do that, you deglaze. You either have like cooking sake, some alcohol based kind of stuff, or you could use even water or some stock like bone broth or something like that to kind of really get everything off the pan and into your tummy and onto your tongue, and it's all delicious. So that's why I use the cooking sake. You gotta deglaze it. It's, yummy. This is really good. It's what I like about it is that I think the flavors are a lot lighter, so it makes it a easier dish to both prepare and to eat daily, because the flavors are a lot lighter. They're not as heavy as sometimes the Chinese fried noodles that I'll make. Those are very, very heavy flavors in there sometimes overwhelming, one would say. But the udon noodles, there's a lot of complex flavors going on here without it being overwhelming. And that's what I really like about udon noodles. Anyway, please like, please subscribe. Thank you for coming on to my announcement and watching me cook. And I'm excited to take you on this ride of me and trying to take half marathon training as seriously as I possibly can this season. And there's a lot of things I'm already doing for that. Like, I guess I can say this because it's like legal in Canada, but like I've had to stop smoking cannabis Monday through Friday because, I got to recover better, I got to sleep better, I got to treat my health better and all that kind of stuff. Plus, it's generally better for health. So stop smoking Monday through Friday as a way to try to make sure my lungs are doing the best possible job that they can. Definitely staying on top of my nutrition, which, believe it or not, is harder than you think it is. And just as a dietitian, it's hard to stay on top of your own nutrition. It really, really is. Sometimes I feel like a fraud when I talk to people about their nutrition goals and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, yep, I did that. I skipped lunch today. I did that. I barely had dinner last night, yada, yada, all that kind of stuff. It's hard, and I'll tell you why. It's when you're living alone, it's hard to do these things because aside from doing a full day's worth of work, which is mentally exhausting, I gotta eat 3 meals, I gotta work out, I gotta do all that kind of stuff. It's not fun. It's really hard to stay on top of your nutrition. So hopefully I get to show you all some hacks if you want to take your sports a little bit more seriously, all that kind of stuff. And hopefully sometime in the future we get to do more. Like, I would love to do a full series on triathlon training and all that kind of stuff. I would love to do a full series on a full marathon and hopefully get my way to the World 6 and collect them at some point, right? Right now I only have one Infinity Stone, which is Chicago. I ran the Chicago Marathon full. Great experience. But I need the other Infinity Stones. I need Berlin, London, I need New York. New York's my dream, by the way. It's not Boston. Boston's not my dream marathon. New York is my dream marathon. I love New York to death. I love New York. That's my favorite city in the world. So far, that I've been to so far. I need Boston and I need Tokyo. Tokyo I cannot wait to go to. It would be awesome to run a marathon there. But I cannot wait to go to Tokyo at some point. So I'm kind of selfishly saving Tokyo for the full marathon experience. But who knows? One day I just might have to go there as a vacation just for myself. That kind of stuff. Either way, I'm done yammering. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, please subscribe. Hit the notification icon, all that kind of stuff. Thank you all again for the people that kind of keep coming in, week out. You're the real ones. I really, really love it, and I cannot wait to grow this channel, grow this content, grow everything, grow ESN back up, and start taking things seriously again. It's been a long time. It kind of feels good to be myself again. And yeah, there will be a video talking about why I've been gone away for so long and just kind of took the back burners, but right now, I've had a hard day with work and counseling and all that kind of stuff, and clients and developing ideas and all that. So I'm gonna sign off. I love you all. Thank you very, very much for coming. Please like, please subscribe again, hit the notification icon, and I will see you next week. Bye.